The Lantern of Wishes. Once upon a time, in a village by the sea, there was a young boy named Oliver. Oliver lived in a small, cozy cottage with his parents, who were both fishermen. The village was known for its peaceful beaches and beautiful sunsets, but Oliver often found himself dreaming of faraway places. He wondered what it would be like to sail across the oceans, visit distant lands, and discover hidden treasures. But Oliver's family was poor, and they couldn't afford such adventures. Every day he helped his parents with their work, but his heart yearned for something more. One evening, as the sun began to set, Oliver went for a walk along the beach. The soft sand beneath his feet and the sound of the waves crashing against the shore always calmed him. That night, however, something unusual caught his eye. A small lantern was glowing in the distance, sitting alone on a rock near the edge of the water. Curious, Oliver approached the lantern. It was beautiful, crafted from shiny gold and adorned with delicate patterns. He reached out and gently touched it. Suddenly, the lantern flickered, and a soft voice whispered, "I am the Lantern of Wishes. You may have one wish, young one. Choose wisely." Oliver's heart raced. A wish! He had heard stories of magical lanterns that granted wishes, but he never thought one might be real. He closed his eyes and thought hard. He could wish for riches, fame, or adventure. But then he remembered his family and how hard they worked. He thought of how much they struggled to make ends meet, and how much they loved him. "I wish," Oliver said softly, "for my parents to never have to worry about money again, so they can live a peaceful life." The lantern began to glow brighter, and a warm light surrounded Oliver. He felt a sudden rush of warmth in his chest. The voice spoke again. "Your wish is granted. But remember, true happiness comes not from wealth, but from the love you share with others." The light faded, and Oliver felt a sense of calm wash over him. He walked back to the village, unsure of what would happen next. The next morning, something extraordinary occurred. When Oliver's parents went to the harbor to work, they discovered a large abandoned ship washed up on the shore. It was old and weathered, but it was still in good condition. The villagers gathered around, amazed. "This ship must be worth a fortune," someone exclaimed. Oliver's father, though surprised, took charge and gathered a team of villagers to repair the ship. Over the following weeks, the village worked together to restore it. They learned that the ship belonged to a famous merchant who had lost his way during a storm. He had left behind many valuable goods, and now the village had a way to sell them. Soon, the village was filled with prosperity. With the ship repaired and goods sold, Oliver's family no longer had to worry about money. They were able to buy everything they needed and even help their neighbors. But despite all the riches, Oliver noticed something important. His parents never changed. They were still humble and kind, and they never stopped working hard for the good of others. One evening, as the sun set over the sparkling sea, Oliver walked back to the spot where he had found the lantern. The air was warm, and the sky was painted in shades of orange and purple. He sat down on the rock where the lantern had been, thinking about the wish he had made. "I don't need more riches," he whispered to the ocean. "I have everything I need, my family, my friends, and a village full of love." At that moment, a soft light appeared before him. It was the Lantern of Wishes again. The voice spoke, "You have learned a great lesson, young one. Your wish was selfless, and that is why your life is now full of peace and joy. Remember, true wealth lies not in gold, but in the kindness and love you give to others." Oliver smiled. "Thank you," he said softly, as the lantern flickered one last time, and disappeared into the sky. From that day on, Oliver lived a life full of gratitude and kindness. He continued to help others in his village, and his family never had to worry again. But more importantly, Oliver realized that no treasure in the world could compare to the happiness that comes from caring for those around you. The end.